Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Independent Joe. And tonight, this afternoon, I think, yes, Saturday afternoon. Uh, Good afternoon. And so, but if you're watching it later, then good evening. Or if you're watching it in the morning the next day, then it's good morning. However that goes, and whenever time you're watching this. Hey, appreciate everybody who's been commenting. Appreciate everybody here in the squared circle. These are the last two videos of this 8-part series. Is it worth the hunt? That's basically what these have been about. Some of them higher end whiskeys, some of them new whiskeys that I've never heard of, like Flatboat or something like that. So just different ones, getting ready for the big day on Monday, where all of you hopefully will come out and celebrate the birthday, as well as try and win some of this free whiskey. You know what I mean? And so hopefully I'll be able to see you there and celebrate with you. Anyhow, tonight what I got here is a Bernheim original. Two videos ago, I did the Heaven Hill 19 year, and it was a wheater, a straight Kentucky straight wheat whiskey. So it's a wheated whiskey or wheat whiskey, and yeah, that was at 100 proof. Now what we got here is a barrel proof, same mash bill at 51 corn, 37%. I'm sorry, 51% wheat, 37% corn, and then of course the last 12% is malted barley. No rye in this, so some of those rye maybe spices ain't gonna be in something like this in a wheat whiskey, but yeah, good stuff. From what I hear, I a lot of people liked Bernheim when it first came out. I have the 2023 version. I believe that was the first year it came out. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. 2023 was the first release of the new Bernheim from Bernheim Distillery. They revised, reopened it, and they put out one of their first whiskeys, the wheat whiskey, and I was pretty indifferent to it. I wasn't appreciative of what I was getting from that wheat whiskey. Um, Prior to this, I sipped on it to try to remember whether or not I still felt the same. If it still felt indifferent, or if I liked the whiskey more now than I did before, and I'm still at that point. Okay, I haven't tasted this one. I haven't smelt this one, but I did taste the other wheat whiskey that's sitting over there. I'm not going to do a comparison. This video will be too long if I do that, so I'm not doing that. But this is just going to be a quick review on this one. For those of you who know about Bernheim, the origin and stuff like that, if you don't, it's really easy. Use the Googles. Um, the 2023 version was 118.8. This one for 2025 is a whopping 125.4. Let me give you a look see of the bottle here. Hopefully, that glare won't be too much, but there it is. A A225. I'm not sure if this is an annual release or if it's a biannual. That means they have two releases each year. I've never seen a B 223 or a B224. All I know is that I have the A223 and then the A225. So if they do have a second bottle, let me know in the chat if the Bravo batch is better than the Alpha batch. So maybe I'm just getting the wrong ones. Maybe the A batch isn't the way to go. At least not on the first one for me. And I know a lot of people really liked it. For me, it was just too ethanol forward. Too much ethanol in it, not enough sweetness. And you would think at 51% wheat, 37% corn, 12% malted barley. That combination right there, it should be chocolatey, sweet. In my brain, I'm that's what I'm thinking it should be. Whereas in 2023, that bottle, and it's still true today because I like I said, I was trying it earlier, trying to see whether or not just something to compare it to because I hadn't had it in a while. But I was just refreshing my palate and trying to refresh my memory on what I was drinking. 125. Now these bottles that they're putting out are between 79 years put together. So for all intents and purposes, it is a 7-year-old whiskey, uncut, unfiltered though. So if you like wheat whiskeys at a higher proof point, there's only a few companies that do it. Bernheim being one of them. Of course, I believe Old Elk does some wheat whiskeys at a higher proof point. So if that's your profile and you like wheat whiskeys, give those a try as well. I'm not going to do any comparisons, but maybe when you win this, whoever wins this on Monday night, I'll pair it up with another wheat whiskey from another distillery, and you can decide for yourself what wheat whiskey you like better. So again, each one of these are going to be in the giveaways throughout the night on Monday night. So be there, be square. I'm gonna go ahead and get in on the nose on this so we can talk a little bit more about it. See if I get anything different. Didn't get too much off of that one but I didn't really smell it. I just started sipping on it so I could get that profile a little bit on my palate. See now this one it's not as airy as the 2023 version. This one does have a little bit more depth to it. Looks to be coating the palate. It's been sitting in the glass for about 10 minutes now. See here, and it looks pretty coating. It looks like it's coating pretty well. You see it in the blend. It's coating pretty well. It's not bad. Hopefully that translates to the palate, but it's really nice. I am getting a little bit of like a roast coffee, roast with a little bit of chocolate chips in your coffee there to give it a little bit of flavor, a chocolate flavor. Getting some nice oak on this, very sweet, a little bit of vanilla, which is weird because I was thinking there's going to be all the flavors were not going to be as light. So really nice though. I really like it on the nose. It definitely isn't ethanol-y. It's definitely something I don't know. Is it any good? We're gonna find out right now on the palate. And I'm just gonna say cheers to you all. Thank you again for watching these videos. Comment, like, all that stuff. Let me know if you've had this, the 2025 version, or if you had the 24 and 23, and if there's a Bravo bottle out there somewhere, that a B batch. That'd be interesting too to kind of compare if those if there's any distinguishing uh, differences between the two. So excuse my language. All right, here we go. Cheers, everybody. Remember, everybody deployed. Love you guys. Thank you again for watching these videos. Cheers. Woo! All right, it's making my eyes water. Wow. You know, on the Heaven Hill 19 year, and I'm not trying to start up any type of rumors or anything. I said because they were coming out with the wheat whiskey, Bernheim mash bill, what would they it was 100, was it 277 barrels to make the Heaven Hill 19-year wheat whiskey. That's what they combined. Um, it was barrels stored in the Y Rick House with on the fifth and sixth floors. And I said, what if, because that's so many barrels, what if some of that went into this so that when you taste this, you're thinking of that? If you got both bottles. I'm not going that far, but this is so much sweeter than the 2023 version. Like it, it, it gave a blast of heat. It's 125 in proof, 125.4. So there was a blast of heat, but it was all flavor. It was all sweet. It was all roast roasted coffee bean with some chocolate and a nice and what's left over is like a vanilla cream. Like if I just got through having some rich roast coffee with a little bit of whip inside of there, inside of the cup, and that's what you're left with is like a rich whipped cream, sweet flavor, just left over. No oak tannins, no anything crazy, but you're left with sweetness. Like you still have it on the palate. It was a shock at first. I'm pretty sure this next one will mellow out. This next sip, but I'm really digging it. I'm not digging, and I just got through tasting it. Like I said, there's a little bit of that ethanol there, but not as pronounced. It's more flavor with a hint of ethanol. Of course, it's 125 proof. Of course, it's going to be there, but it's more flavor. I'm trying to remember like exactly what I got on the Heaven Hill 19 year, which I believe it was um, a flat cherry Coke or Dr. Pepper, really sweet, really yummy, a lot of flavor. I'm getting some of that here, but with a in a higher proof. I'm getting some of that, and then again, as it's dying down, it's like I just got through having a little bit of an espresso of some sort with some vanilla cream or whipped cream on top, and I got that vanilla whipped cream still there. It's really nice. Um, with every sip though, the it's very punchy. It's very I don't want to say ethanol because it's more flavor than anything else, but you still once it's in the beginning stages, it's still it's you know you're drinking you're sipping on a high proof whiskey. All right, final verdict. I'm gonna give it a thumbs up, maybe a thumbs up and a half. I think that's what I'm gonna give it. Um, worth the purchase at MSRP. I believe so. If you liked 2018, I mean 2018, it was 118 the proof. 2023's version, which is I believe again the first version. I think you're really going to like this one. There's a lot more flavor to it, a lot of more different flavors to it. Very sweet, if that's what you like. And again, at the mash bill, I would think that it would be a little more sweeter on the first one than it did. That one was just all ethanol for me. This one, not so much. This one does have nice flavors that go along with it. And with that, I'm going to let you guys go. Last video coming up later tonight. So keep on the lookout for that. It's the last premiere. And then you guys don't have to see any of these premieres for a while. But come join me on Monday. Let's have a party. Let's hang out. Let's win some free whiskey, and we'll have fun. We'll have fun. So cheers, you guys. I'm gonna take one last sip as I have been. Not every video, but this last couple of videos, I have been taking one last sip. But let's take one last sip. Final thought, and we're out of here. So have a good morning, afternoon, good night, whatever time you're watching this. Here we go. Yeah, it's a lot more flavorful than the first one. A lot more heat than the first one, but it's a different. It's a flavorful heat, whereas the first one's an ethanol heat, and it's just an ethanol kick. This not so much. It's more flavor. So that's my final thought. Thumbs up and a half, and I think at MSRP, I do think it's worth the hunt. Um, so cheers. Have a great night, morning, afternoon, good night. I'm out of here. Cheers.